Hello guys! In this video I will show you how you can draw this super cute bird using only PROCREATE default brushes. I will guide you through all the steps and I'm sure that at the end you'll be able to create a very cute draw. These are the canvas settings, and if you like content like this, please consider liking and subscribing. Let's start drawing our sketch. The first thing will be the head. Let's draw a shape like this, a circle with some cheeks. And now we draw the body, that is another circle. I'm just adjusting the size. Let's also add the tail. And one line in the middle of the face. And another horizontal line to help us place the beak and the eyes. Draw the beak and this thing that goes over the beak. And add the cute eyes. One this side and the other here. You can adjust its shape like I'm doing now, just making a little bigger the eyes. I will also make a separation to separate the wings and the belly, and just adjust this size here and also here, and I will erase also this excess. Now we can start drawing the branch. When drawing nature things, we don't need to think a lot about it because nature is very random, so it can have any shape that you want, most of the times. I will add another branch here. One more here too. And another small one here. Now I'm going just to make this cat bigger and adjust it through the canvas. Also, I think I will adjust the position of this branch a little bit. And now we can add the paws. 2 circles, one here and another here. Let's also start adding some flowers. Always adjusting the size if the petals turn out too big. This line is to give the impression that the petal is curved. Let's draw the other flower. You don't need to be too precious about the petals. If they are a little bit crooked, it's a good thing. They don't need to be perfect. Now let's add some leaves too. Another one on this tip of this branch. I'm adding one line first to be a guide when drawing the leaf. So draw the middle guide and add 2 other lines. I'll just make this branch a little thinner. And I will also bend this flower a little bit. Now our sketch is finished. Let's create another layer above and click and drag it under the sketch layer. And let's also rename to sketch, the sketch layer. And don't forget to set its opacity to something around 20%. Now we can start painting the background. Go to this layer, and we won't need to draw any sketch this time. I've already selected a color palette. You can find it in the description. For the sky, let's select this blue and click and drop it. Now create another layer and let's draw some clouds. Just select a white color and with the Studio Pen brush, let's draw some clouds. And just click and drop the color. Create another layer, and in this layer we will start painting the background trees. The first color we will use will be this blue. Let's start drawing some trees. Draw the borders and then click and drop the color. Let's add one more tree here. And add some branches. Now to mimic some leaves, let's select the snow gun brush and erase the borders. And in some parts, let's erase inside the trees too. With the Studio Pen brush, let's repaint some parts that maybe we erased it too much. And also some parts that we think it's too much. Just go with random strokes and draw some loose leaves to make a very organic shape. Let's create another layer. Grab this green here. And let's add another layer of trees. We will repeat the same things we did in the blue trees layer. I will just make this bush a little bigger. And let's start erasing. And again with the Studio Pen, create some loose leaves. Let's create our final layer of trees. Create another layer and select this other green. And let's draw some more trees. To make things more organized, let's select all the layers of the background and group them all, and rename this group to background. Let's uncheck the background and create another layer. Let's start drawing the lineart of the branches and of the bird. Just select the black color and the studio pen brush with the size of 3%. I will just grab it and put above the sketch layer. And let's start lining. In this layer, we will do the line art of the branch, of the flowers and the leaves. The bird we will line in another layer. So for now, just focus on the branch, the flowers and the leaves. And also make sure to not let any gaps between your lines, so that we don't have any trouble when we start coloring our base colors. Now that our branch is finished, let's create another layer and line our bird. When coloring our bird, we will use the selection tool, so this time we don't need to worry about any gaps. I will just adjust this side of the tail. And we'll keep lining the rest of the bird. I will just draw this foot and I will copy it and pass to the other side. Select it with the selection tool. Copy and paste. Just flip horizontal and adjust its shape and position. Also, I will merge these two layers and make some adjustments with Liquify. On the bird layer, I will make some adjustments to its shape. This is why I like to keep different elements in different layers. So when I need to make some adjustments, it's easier to adjust them individually. Create another layer above the bird lineart, and here we will draw some bird details, some feathers. Draw some feathers in its chest too. And let's also draw the face elements. In this part, I'm just adjusting the position and size of the eyes and the beak. I'll be honest, it took me too long. You know when you know that something's wrong, but you don't know what? I will just make this part faster, because it took me too long to figure this out. I'm just making some adjustments with the Liquify and the selection tool. Just checking with the flip horizontal tool. And finally, I think it's good enough. Let's select and group these 3 lineart layers. Let's just rename this layer to Lineart. And let's return to our background. Now we will start to add some lights and shadows to the trees in the background. Select the blue trees layer. Let's start with this one. Create another layer, clipping mask, set it to multiply. Select this color and with the Taralea brush, let's add some shadows to these trees. Create another layer, clipping mask, and set it to overlay. Select this color and the soft brush, and very softly let's add some lights. And another layer, clipping mask, hard light, select this color, and with the same soft brush, let's paint some reflected lights and give a little more color variation. Let's do the same thing with the second trees. This one in the middle. Create another layer, clipping mask, and multiply. The Taralea brush. And this color. Let's add the shadows. Now let's add the lights, create another layer, clipping mask, and overlay. Grab this color and the soft brush and paint the lights. You can adjust its opacity if you think it's too strong. Let's go to this last 3 layer, create another layer and clipping mask and multiply. Grab this green, the Taralea brush, and paint the shadows again. Now the lights, create another layer, clipping mask, and overlay. Grab this color, this soft brush, and paint some lights. Our background is almost done, we just need 2 more details. Let's create another layer and set it to add with its opacity around 20%. Grab the Aurora brush and this yellow here. And tapping very softly the screen, let's give the impression of some leaves on the trees. And finally, create another layer, also set it to add, pass it around 50%, and grab the Driven Snow brush to add some particles. Our background is finished. We will now start adding some base colors to our bird, to the bird and to the branch. Click the sketch layer and then create another layer above it. And grab this brown. Let's set the branch layer lineart to reference. This will make things easier to color. Return to the color layer and just click and drop the brown color. Create another layer. Select this green and let's paint the leaves. To paint multiple leaves, we can click here and just go tapping in all of the others. Let me just paint this part of the branch that I forgot. And in the leaves layer, let's also paint the flowers. Grab this color, drag and drop, then click here and go coloring each part of the flowers. Now we can unselect reference on this Lineart layer. So uncheck it, create another layer, and since the layer of the bird is not completely closed, we will need to use the selection tool. Use it to contour all of our bird. When near the end, don't forget to close your selection. And let's start selecting this other part, the tail part. close the selection. Now click the layer and fill layer. Let's just grab the correct color for the bird. It's this one. Set this layer to alpha lock and fill layer. Let's paint the fingers and the beak with this color. Create another layer, and this time we will simply paint. We can use the harder brush. And let's also erase in the Braint Lineart layer, erase this part that's on the paws. Now let's color the linearts. In the Braint layer, grab this color, alpha lock, and then fill layer. Now select this blue, go to the bird layer, alpha lock and fill layer. And in the details Lineart layer, alpha lock and fill layer 2. Let's just grab this brown and paint the eyes and beak area. Select it and fill layer. And in the bird Lineart layer, let's also paint the fingers. Here in the details Lineart, let's unselect alpha lock, and with the round brush, let's blend a little bit these feathers to make a very soft look. the things that we needed to do on our line art are done, we can now start painting our bird. But we probably won't have enough layers for this, so we will have to make a trick. Let's go to the gallery and drag this to the left, then duplicate. This way we will have a backup for our background layers. Let's just rename this V2 to make things more organized. Go to the background group, click it, and then flatten it. Now we only have one layer for the background. We can start to shade and light the other element. Select the branch layer, create another layer, and clipping mask, and multiply. With the Taralea brush and this color here, we will add some shadows to this tree. Let's paint in these locations. Let's also blend with the round brush. Just some parts, don't blend it completely. Leave some texture to this tree. It will have a very nice effect. Now add the lights, create another layer, clipping mask, and grab this color. Leave it at normal, and let's paint some parts. Again, let's blend a little bit, but not completely. Always remembering to leave some texture. Let's add one more layer of light. Create another layer, clipping mask, and set it to add with the opacity around 45%. And select the harder brush and paint some lights in these locations. Now let's select the flower and leaves layer, create another layer, clipping mask, and multiply. Let's ramp this color and let's paint some shadows on the leaves with the Taralea brush. the flowers, we will paint with this color, this pink here. Just paint around the center of it. And also these parts of the petals that are curved. Create another layer, clipping mask, and set it to add, with its opacity around 45%. And grab this color. And paint some highlights with the hard airbrush. The branch is done. Now we will color our bird. Create another layer, clipping mask. Select this blue here and the soft brush. Let's paint this second base color to make this bird a little bit more colorful. I will just erase with the soft brush this excess here. Let's create another layer, clipping mask, and with this color here, let's paint some cute cheeks. We can also use Gaussian blur to blur it a little. And if you think that the color is too strong, you can adjust its opacity. I will also erase a little bit this part here, this side. Now we can create another layer and clipping mask, multiply, and with this blue, let's add some shadows. Also the harder brush. Let's shape this part of the face. And here too. Also a little on the tail. Go to the blending tool with the round brush and blend it a little bit, just to get rid of these super hard edges. Select this color, create another layer and clipping mask. Add with 20% opacity. Let's add some highlights. Now select the beak and paw layer, create another layer, then clipping mask and multiply. Grab this pink and add some shadows. Select the blending tool and let's blend these edges. Now create another layer, clipping mask, and add opacity around 20%. Select this color and let's add some highlights. Above the Lineart group, let's create another layer and set it to multiply. You can adjust its opacity as you like. We will create a shadow using the harder brush and this color. Let's create a shadow in this location. Also paint some shadows here on the branch. Here on the tail. And some more here in this part of the branch. Also paint a little bit on the trees that are in the background. Adjust the opacity as you like. And let's use the soft brush eraser to soften these shadows. Now select the harder brush and let's erase these parts here, making some circles, some points. Always tapping the screen. And erase a little bit more using the snow gun brush. To give the impression of leaves. We can now blend a little in these parts that we erased, but just a little bit. Now create another layer and set it to soft light. Select this color and the soft brush. And let's paint around the head region, just to give some light, some ambient light. You can adjust the opacity as you prefer. Create another layer, set it to overlay. Select this color here. And with the Taralea brush, let's add some more light details. And again, just select the opacity that you prefer. Create another layer, set it to hard light, and with the driven snow, let's add some more particles. And set its opacity to 8%. And that's it. Our cute bird is done. Thanks for watching, and I really hope that you liked this tutorial and it was easy to follow along. Please leave a like and subscribe if you liked this video, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye bye.